Shalom, Yasharallah. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachatudash, the honors of the apostles and the elders of great Muslim that rule well and that teach the truth 100%. Okay? Peace and mercy, salutations, and love unto Akim that are doing the work of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and in truth. And shalom to you sisters that are listening and learning, man. Okay, so today I want to get into this topic about why the name of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is important, and that just by keeping the laws, it's not going to deliver you, man. Okay? Keeping the laws is very important, okay? But it's not going to save you. The scriptures go into that, man. And the reason why I want to do this video is because IUIC, man, okay, they're pushing, the law all the time, which the law is good to keep, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, that the law is not, the laws are not important. The laws are very important, okay? But understanding that the laws are not going to save you is also important, man. Hence why you need to have faith on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, the scripture says that we are here to rehearse the righteous acts. Okay? Rehearse the righteous acts, because we're not going to be able to keep the laws to a T. Okay? We can strive, okay, to be perfect as our Father Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is perfect. Okay? But we're not going to be able to be perfect, man. Hence why we're here to rehearse righteous acts, because in the kingdom, okay, in the kingdom, that's when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to program us to be perfect, man. And that's when we're going to be able to keep the laws 100%, okay? And so as of right now, we can only do the best that we can to the best of our abilities. But having faith on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, okay, is what's going to save us. So both the faith and the works combined, okay, that's what's going to be able to deliver us. And then on top of that, if it's the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, so the first scriptures, that I want to get into is in the book of Galatians. Bear with me real quick. In the book of Galatians, chapter 2, I'll start from verse 16. This is it says, knowing that a man is not justified, okay, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, okay, even we have believed in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, that we might be justified by faith of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified, man. Okay?
Hi.
Hey, do you have any questions?
I'm just curious, where are you from? Which church are you in?
This is the church right here. Because a church is a body of people.
Oh, I understand the person
Yeah.
the word again. I'm just curious.
Okay. Yeah. Well, like I'm here, to show that according to the Bible, that these people are the true Hebrew Israelites, the people that Moses led out of Egypt.
Yes.
Who the real Jews are the so-called Negroes in America today, the people that were led into slavery.
Sorry. No.
All right.
Jesus didn't come to save skin color. He came to save soul.
I just said Negroes, like I never said anything about color. I never said anything about
Oh,
color.
okay. I've never heard of Negroes mentioned that way before.
All right.
Yeah. So no, I'm curious to hear what you say. That is just there
All
are
right.
people that
Well,
are saying only black people are saved.
I never said only black
I know,
people.
I'm
I never
just
said only
saying,
black.
I
Look,
heard that.
look. Gad is a so-called.
I'm not here to argue.
It's so-called Native American Indians.
I'm here to listen to you, but I
All right.
need you to listen to me too. So I'm just saying, I've
Okay.
never heard it that way. I would love to hear what you're saying.
All right. Well.
I've only heard other ways.
All right.
So
Cool. All right.
let me hear what I would love to hear your connection. With
No.
the
See.
Negroes.
Well, I said the Jews.
Yes?
Because the Jews are only one tribe. Okay. The Jews are only one tribe of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. There's still Benjamin, there's Levi,
Yes.
there's Simeon, right? The Jews
Yes.
are the so-called Negroes in America. Benjamin is the so-called West Indians.
Oh, I
Levi is the so-called Haitians. Simeon is the Dominicans. Zebulon, Guatemala to Panama. Ephraim is the so-called Puerto Ricans.
Oh,
You
Where
know,
are you getting your?
the Puerto
where are you
Ricans are
getting
not
your
black.
Information from?
From the Bible.
Oh, you are, eh?
Yes, because you know, if you read the book of Deuteronomy,
Yes.
chapter 28, verse 15 and down, it talks about the curses that the children of Israel are going to go through.
Yes.
That the children of Israel are going to get shot in these streets in these last days by these, you know, so-called. But all of these,
The children of Israel are all of God's people, all the people that are saved through Jesus Christ.
yes, you
Not
know,
just dark-skinned people.
no. So like, so it's not about the color because
right.
because because
Yes.
because through time, you know,
Yes.
our people have mingled
Yes.
themselves among the others, you know,
Yes.
people.
Yes.
So you might look like a so-called white person,
Yes.
but your line might go to one of these people.
Yes.
You know, so
Yes.
it's not about the skin color.
I don't think it's
about the children
bloodlines
of Israel.
either anymore. It's about being adopted into the family of Christ.
But there's no such
right?
thing. There's no such
Oh,
thing.
I don't believe you. Sorry.
There's no such thing.
Disagree.
All right.
To agree to disagree.
No, there's no such thing. Hey, it's not for everybody.
You say souls,
It-
not skin.
I never said anything about skin. I keep on saying. I never said anything about skin. All right. Hey, see, you know, that's an Edomite. That's an Edomite. That's an Edomite right there, man. You know, she, you know, the first thing she said is that she wants to be heard. I'm not here to hear you. You know, I'm not here to hear you. We're here to preach the word, man. Whether they're here or whether they forbear, you know that's an Edomite for sure, man. You know, because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai only is coming for these people, okay? Only for these people. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, so-called Native American Indian descent, man, okay? All of these people. All right? I never said anything about color, okay? Now, majority of our people, you know, are people of color, but you're gonna have some of our people that might look like the other heathen nations. You're gonna have some of our people that might look like the so-called white man, or you're gonna have some of our people that might look like the so-called Chinese man or woman, okay? Like the so-called Africans and so on and on, man. Okay, it's not only about color. The so-called Native American Indians are not black people, man. Okay, they're on the sign, but these people, they choose to hear what they want to hear, and they choose to hear what they don't want to hear, okay? So they only choose what they want to hear, man. Okay, and they reject the rest. Okay, this truth is not a buffet. It's not a buffet, man. You can't just come in here, pick what you want, and then throw the rest out, man. It's either you're with it or you're against it, man. And that woman, and I believe that was to be, you know, her son, okay? You know, that woman is an Edomite. I don't know about the son, you know, because I don't know about the father, but that woman is a damn Edomite, man. And you can just read, you know, through her spirit, man. Okay? So I'm pretty sure she heard about the Hebrew Israelites before, and hence why, you know, she has this understanding that we're only talking about black people. There's no such thing, man. Okay? The scriptures tell you that the children of Israel are like a speckled birds, and also the parable of the wheat and the tares, man. Okay? The wheat and the tares. You have a lot of who you call people of color that are Edomites. Because going back into the time of slavery, a lot of these so-called white people have laid down with our women, man. Okay, they've laid down with the so-called black woman, okay, and they've breeded, you know, a lot of children. So you actually have a lot of Edomites that are people of color, and you have a lot of Israelites who look like the so-called devil, man, like the so-called white man. Okay, so this thing is not about color, and I kept on saying to her, I never said anything about color at all. I just said the so-called Negroes, man. Okay, and then I never even finished what I was going to talk about, and she just jumped into conclusions, which is totally fine, because the book of Romans, okay, the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 3, is a beautiful precept, man. She said we have to agree to disagree. Fuck that. You know? Romans chapter 3, verse 3. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai without effect? Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai forbid, yea, let the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, man, because we're coming straight from the scriptures. The words of the scriptures are what is true, but every man is going to be a liar, man, because she talked about, you know, being adopted, you know, or being redeemed. You can't be bought back if you have never been bought before. The only reason why the children of Israel are going to be redeemed or being bought back, okay, is because they were purchased before, man. Okay? You can't buy or you can't take something back if you've never had it before. Okay? I can't call a friend and be like, yo, can you give me my bicycle back if I've never owned that bicycle before? It's just common sense, man. Okay? So the children of Israel, okay, because a lot of our people are bugged out, they've gone following other different gods, other heathen nations, but there's going to come to a time where Yahweh Bashim Yoshaz was going to wake them up, beginning with the elect, man. That's how they're going to be redeemed, man. And then even at that is the deliverance. When Yahweh Shah returns to deliver the children of Israel out of captivity, man. Okay, they may look like all of these different nations. Look, but their line goes back to the children of Israel, the pure bloodline. Okay, goes back to these people: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulon, okay, Ephraim, and down all the way to Issachar, which is the so-called Mexicans, man. Okay, these people only choose to believe what they want to believe, man. That's what you call white supremacy. Okay, but she's gonna get destroyed anyways. But the reason why I said that they might look like all of these different nations is because of this. The book of Revelation chapter 7 verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Now this wind is talking about the destruction of America, okay? And it says verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the tree, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their forehead. Okay? So the servants of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai are being sealed, man. If not, they're already sealed. Okay? The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has already had his elect men before the foundation of the earth, man. Now verse 4, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Okay? Of all the tribes of the children of Israel. That's who is going to be delivered. And then when you read down from verse 5 all the way to verse 8, it talked about all of the different tribes, man. That 12,000 from each of these tribes were going to be saved. Now verse 9, it says this. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes and palms in their hands. Now the reason why it says that, okay, and I beheld, and after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people. When you look up that word kindred, it talked about in the Hebrew, or Salaki in the Greek, that it's talking about a specific tribe, okay, a group of people, which is the children of Israel. Now the reason why it says what? Of all nations is because the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai scattered us among all of these people. So we're going to be looking like these different nations, man. It's not talking about the heathen nations. It's talking about the Israelites who are among these people. Hence why the parable of the wheat and the tare, and that you should leave it alone. Because you can't say who's Israel and who isn't, man. Okay? You can do the best you can, okay, with reading the spirit, okay? But in actuality, you don't know who's who. Okay? That's the parable of the wheat and the tare. And that the angels are going to come and separate them. Okay? That the goat shall go on one side and the sheep on the other side, man. Okay? That's why it says that, man. So, you know, just to go back on my topic, you know, before that Edomite came and interrupted, you know, which everything happens through the Spirit, because, you know, that could be edification for some people that are watching. But I was reading the book of Galatians chapter 2, verse 16. It says, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law. Okay, so showing you that you are not justified by the works of the law. Okay, because you can try your best to keep the law to a T, okay, but that's not what's going to give you salvation. Salvation ultimately comes from the will of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai if you were actually predestinated to be saved, man. Okay, because, you know, you got some people who, majority of these Christians who say that they're already saved, man. Okay, who say that they're already saved. The destruction has not come, so how can you already be saved? It doesn't make sense. Okay, so it goes on and it says, but if while we seek to be justified by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, ourselves are also found sinners. Okay, but if while we seek to be justified by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, we ourselves also are found sinners. That's right, man. Because, you know, there's a lot of laws, man. Okay, and when you break one, you break all of them. Okay, and so that's why it's, you know, impossible right now on this side of the world, okay, on this side, Salakia, you know, being in the flesh to keep the laws 100%. You know, you can't keep the laws 100%. Your heart can be pure, man, and your heart, you know, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai will deliver you, okay, because of that, but not because of the works of the law. And it says, but if while we seek to be justified by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, we ourselves also are found sinners, is therefore Yahweh Shai the minister of sin? Yahweh forbid. For if I built again the things which I destroyed, I make myself a transgressor. That's right, man. So the Lord Yahushua is not going to come back and die on the cross all over again. Okay? Because then, you know, everything that he pretty much, you know, had, you know, dealt with, or, you know, everything that he had preached, you know, if he just came back and redid everything again, okay, it wouldn't make sense. And you got some people who, you know, pretty much, they move on about their life, you know, like as if the Lord is going to come back and do that again, man. Because Yahushua, you know, when he died on the cross, you know, that was you know, prophesied in the scriptures, you know, so that we may be able to receive mercy from the Lord Yahweh, man. Okay, you know, that was, you know, one of the reasons why he died on the cross. And it says, for through the law I'm dead to the law, but I might live unto the Lord Yahweh, man. That's right. You know, because if it was just based off of the law, okay, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai would just kill all of us, man. He would get rid of all of us if it was just based off of the law. But it's not based off of the law only, okay? There's more to it. Verse 20, I am crucified with Yahweh Shai. Nevertheless, I live, yet not I, but Yahweh Shai liveth in me. Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai liveth in me. And the life which I live now in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of Yahweh, who loved me and gave himself for me. That's right. So everything that we do is all through the faith of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, man. Okay? Which you got some of these camps who like to call us faith-based Israelites. Of course, we are faith-based Israelites, because the scripture says that without faith, it is impossible to please him, man. Okay? Verse 21, I do not frustrate the grace of Yahweh, for if righteousness cometh by the law, then Yahweh Shai is dead in vain. That's right, man. Okay? So it says, I do not frustrate the grace of Yahweh, For if righteousness come by the law, then Yahushua is dead in vain. That's right, because if it was based off of the law that we were going to be delivered, okay, then the Lord Yahushua died in vain. Okay, but we know that's not so. We know that's not so. Chapter 3, verse 1 and down, okay? Galatians chapter 3, verse 1. O foolish Galatians, who hath bewitched you, that ye should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Yahushua HaMashiach hath been evidently set forth, crucified among you. That's right, because you got some of our people who, even though, you know, they've seen all of these different signs, etc., Yahushua came, spoke to them, okay, in the flesh, healed them, etc. You know, you have some of our people who still chose not to believe the truth, man. Okay? But that's on them. And it says, this only would I learn of you, received ye the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith. Okay? O ye so foolish, are ye so foolish, having begun in the Spirit, are ye now made perfect by the flesh? Have ye suffered so many things in vain, if it be yet in vain? He therefore that ministereth to you the Spirit, and worketh miracles among you, doeth he it by the works of the law, or by hearing of faith? That's right, man. So the Lord Yahushua, okay, he moved upon faith, man. Even though he kept the law 100%, okay? And it says, verse 6, even as Abraham believed Yahweh, and it was counted to him for righteousness. Okay, so showing you that the faith and the works together is what's going to deliver you, because Abraham, okay, he lived his life based off of the faith that he had towards Yahweh, man. Okay, towards Yahweh, and when it came to the works, he was willing to do it. Okay, when Yahweh told him to sacrifice his son Isaac, he was willing to do it, man, because he had faith and he believed in the Lord Yahweh. You know. And it says, know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham. That's right. Okay. And it says, and the scriptures, foreseeing that Yahweh would justify the heathen through faith, preach before the gospel unto Abraham, saying, in thee shall all nations be blessed. That's right, man. Because our people are among all of these nations, man. Okay. Our people are among all of these different nations, okay, and they're being blessed, you know, to some part. Right now, we're under a curse, but eventually, we're gonna come out of these different nations, and Yahweh Bashim is gonna bless us forever and ever, okay. And also going into how that if some of these heathen nations were good with us, okay, we're also gonna be okay with them, man. Okay, that's how that works, because, you know, the scriptures talk about if it were possible, roughly paraphrasing, to be at peace with all men. Okay, and it says, verse 9, so then they which be of faith are blessed with faithful Abraham, for as many are of the works of the law are under the curse. For it is written, cursed is everyone that continueth not in all things which are written in the book of the law to do them. That's right. So also showing you the balance. Because if you don't keep the laws, if you don't do the works of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, then your faith is in vain. Because you can say that you have faith, but if you don't prove your faith by your works, then how much faith do you really have? Okay, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as saying the Lord is going to provide for me, but if you just sit your ass on the couch, how is the Lord going to provide for you? Same thing as what? Saying that you're looking for work and the Lord is going to provide work for you, but if you don't actually get up, okay, fix your resume, go to these different jobs, okay, drop your resume, okay, speak to the manager, etc. If you don't do your parts, how is the Lord gonna bless you? Or how are you showing your faith if you have no works behind it, man? So showing you the balance of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, because it's very important. You got some people who have the wrong understanding of that, man. Okay? So it says, but that no man is justified by the law in the sight of Yahweh, it is evident. That's right, because we can't keep the law, man. Okay, so you cannot be justified in the sight of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay? And it says, for the just shall live by faith, man. The just are going to live by faith. And the law is not of faith, but the man that doeth them shall live in them. That's right, man. Okay, so you do the law because of your faith. Okay, so that goes to show you that it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. And it says, verse 13, Yahushua Hamashiach hath redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us, for it is written, cursed is everyone that hangeth on a tree. Okay, verse 14, that the blessing of Abraham might come unto the Gentiles through Yahushua Hamashiach, that we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith. That's right. So talking about the Gentiles, again, it's not talking about the heathen nations, because let me actually look into the Bible dictionary what that word Gentile means. Let me look into the Bible dictionary. This is in the compact Bible dictionary. Okay, not sure if you can see that. Compact Bible dictionary, and the word Gentile on page 195, it says Gentiles, nation, people. Usually it means a non-Israelite people. It says usually it means a non-Israelite people. Not all the time, okay? Not all the time. Because you had a lot of our people who were sold into slavery, man. You know, who were sold into slavery, and they have kept the ways. They have kept the ways of these different heathen nations, and so they begun to call themselves by the name of these different heathen nations, man. Just like how it is today in America. You got a lot of our people who call themselves Americans, okay? But they were sold into America to be slaves. They're not really Americans, but because they've been there for a long time, now they profess that they are Americans, man. Okay? More precept. Salaki, just bear with me real quick. The book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 7. Romans chapter 7, verse 7, it says, what shall we say then? Is the law sin? Yahweh Bashim Yahshai forbid. Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law. For I had not known lust, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet. That's right, man. So it's the same thing as, how do you know what's right or what's wrong? Or how do you know what's wrong without knowing what's right? Or how do you know what's cold without having felt the experience of something that was hot? You don't, man. So by the law, that's how we are able to know what's right or what's wrong. Hence why we keep it, man. But the law is not what's going to deliver you. Okay, the law is not what's going to deliver you. So it goes on and it says, Salaki, just give me 1 second, let me grab this. So it goes on and it says, verse 8, but sin, taking occasion by the commandment, wrought in me all manner of concupiscences. Okay, which I need to look up that word. For without the law, sin was dead. Just right, man, because sin, when you commit sin, that's what brings forth death, man. Because in actuality, you know, we were not created to die, man. Because in the kingdom, when the laws are actually programmed in our inward parts, okay, we will not sin. And when we don't sin, we won't die. Hence why we're going to be immortal in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Shai. Okay? And it goes on and it says, verse 9, for I was alive without the law once, but when the commandment came, sin revived and I died. That's right. You know? It says, and the commandment which was ordained to life I found to be unto death. For sin, taking occasion by the commandment, deceived me, and by it slew me, and by it slew me. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment is holy and just and good. That's right. So the laws are good for you, man. Okay, it keeps you in order. Tells you what's right or what's wrong. You need it. You need a guide. Because we're in the flesh, okay, we can't walk on that right path at all the time. So the laws are what reminds us, okay, of what's right or what's wrong, man. Okay, Romans chapter 3 verse 31. It says, do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yea, we establish the law. Because you also have some of these Christians who talk about how that the laws are done away with, man. Okay, which then justifies why they eat pork. You know, all of these different abominable foods, man, which the scriptures go into telling you what to eat and what not to eat, man. Okay, so when you ask them a question, does the Lord change? Most of the time they'll say no. So if the Lord doesn't change, and the Lord said not to eat pork, why would he come and say that, you know, oh, it's okay now, you can eat pork? Did Yahweh Shai, did who you call Jesus Christ eat pork? No, he did not. Okay, so how can the Lord not change, but then his laws change? Because one time in the book of Leviticus, he said not to eat pork, man. Okay, that's just an example, you know. So it says what? Do we then make void the law through faith? So just because you have faith does not mean that now you can just go off and do whatever you want. No, you can't. Okay, because one thing as well about these so-called Christians, they talk about how that the laws are done away with, but in these churches they pass around the collection plate, which is the law, right? You know, paying tithes. So why is it that they keep that law, okay, but then they don't want to keep the law of not eating pork? Goes to show you that these people, they pick and choose what they want to believe in or what they want to keep and what they don't want to keep, man. Okay, and when you do that, okay, that's you adding and taking away from the word, man. And we know what the scripture says to those that do that, man. Okay, so Romans chapter 6 verse 15. I'll start from verse 1, and then, you know, I'm gonna skip, you know, read verse 15. Romans chapter 6 verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therewith? Know ye not that so many of us as were baptized into Yahushua HaMashiach were baptized into his death? That's right. Because the servant is not greater than his master, man. Okay? The servant is not greater than his master. So the things that Yahushua went through, that is also what we're going to go through as a people. Okay? But the point was what? What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? No. Okay? You should not continue to sin just because you only have grace, man. Okay, verse 15. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but are under grace? God forbid. That's right. So the Lord Yahweh Bashim Mashiach forbids, man. Okay, so just because you have grace does not mean that you can go off, or does not mean that you don't have to keep the laws. The laws are still important, showing you again, like I said earlier, the balance of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Mashiach. Romans chapter 7 verse 1. It says, Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth, man. So the law has dominion over a man as long as he liveth. Okay, as long as you're alive, the laws are important, man. Okay? And so the book of Judges chapter 15 verse 11. Salakia. Judges chapter 5 verse 11. Judges chapter 5 verse 11. It says, They that are delivered from the noise of the archer in the places of drawing waters. They that are delivered from the noise of the archer in the place of drawing waters. What's that, man? What is that? Okay, so who's that supposed to be?
You.
What's that? Oh, bad bugged out, man. Anyways, we got some random people out here, but going back to the book of Judges, chapter 7, Salaka, chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archer in the place of drawing waters, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. That's right, man. That place is talking about America, man. Okay, because they that are going to be delivered from the noise of the archer is talking about the destruction of America. Okay, and the Israelites are going to be delivered out of that, man. Okay, so it says what? There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. The righteous acts are the laws. Okay, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. That's right. So in America and throughout the four corners of the earth is where we are going to rehearse our righteous acts. Okay, and the point is what? Rehearse, because we're not going to be able to keep it to a T or to 100%. That's why you gotta, pray and have faith upon Yahushua, man. Okay, that's why the role of Yahushua is very important, because us not being able to keep the laws 100%, by default, we need Yahushua. Absolutely need, man. Okay, we are put in a position of needing Yahushua to come and deliver us. That's why it's important. And that's why Yahweh Bashim Mashiach made it like that, so that we are in need of him. Just like how in the time of Pharaoh, okay, the children of Israel needed the Lord to come and deliver them, man. Okay, through Moses. And so it goes on in the book of Exodus chapter 3, okay, because it's very, very important to know that the name of Yahweh Bashim Mashiach is key, man. Okay, everyone would love to be called by their correct name. Okay, so here's also another thought, because you got some people who say that the name of the Lord doesn't matter, or that the Lord has, many names, which I'm going to go into the scriptures about that, showing me that the Lord only has one name. He has different titles, but he only has one name. Okay, a title, is something that you go by. Like, for example, when I say the President of the United States, you would know that it's talking about Donald Trump. Okay, the President of the United States is not Donald Trump's name, it's his title. His name is Donald Trump, right? So when you say God, okay, God is a title. It just means power. but God has a name. Okay, he was also called Al-Shadia, okay, back then as well, which is a title, okay, because Al-Shadia meant a terrible like power, okay, because the Lord, okay, when he gets angry, you see it, man, throughout the four corners of the earth, man, okay, but Al-Shadia was not his name, it was a title. Same thing with Yahawashai, Emmanuel, okay, means what, you know, the Most High is with us, right? Or he had another title, I'm a King of Kings, etc. Okay, these are titles, but his name was what? Yahawashai, which means he is the deliverer, man. Okay, so all of these things, okay, it's important to understand it, because you got some people who have a wrong understanding of that. Because the book of Exodus chapter 3 verse 13, okay, if the name of the Lord does not matter, okay, or if the name of the Lord, you can just call him whatever, why is it written in the scriptures, man? Because the scripture says that what? That to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, is because there's no light in them, man. Because this word has all the light. So anything that's written in the scriptures is important, man. Okay? Anything that's written in the scriptures is important. So the book of Exodus chapter 3 verse 13, and Moses said unto the Lord Yahweh, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the power of your fathers had sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, I am that I am. Okay, so when he said I am that I am, that's what Yahaya, okay, which is to say I am that I am, right? But when we call upon Yahawashai, we say he is, which is Yahweh, not Ahaya, but Yahweh. Okay, so it's gonna go on and explain that. Okay, so it said, and he said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am. Ahaya had, I am had sent me unto you. Okay, now this is the point. This is his name right here. Verse 15. And the Lord said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Lord, power of your fathers, the power of Abraham, Isaac, the power of Salakia, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob had sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generation, man. Which is to say, Yahweh, which means he is, or he exists. Okay? Because when we call upon him, we don't say I am. We say he is. But because the Most High, he can't say he is. He'll say I am, because there's no any other power. Okay? Before, there's no any other power before him, man. He is the only one. So he says I am, but we say he is, which is Yahweh, and that's his name forever, man. Okay, so the name of the Lord is very important, man. Okay, and that the Lord Yahweh said that what in the book of Ezekiel, that he was going to make his name manifest again to us, because he hid his name, man. He hid his name, from a time. In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 7, so will I make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them pollute my name anymore. Okay, because our people polluted the name of the Lord at one time. Okay, and it says, so he took his name away, but now he has brought his name back, to the earth. Not that the name was removed from the earth, it was just hid. Okay, and it says, and the heathen shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, and the Holy One of Israel. Okay, the Holy One of Israel, not the whole world. Okay, not the whole world. The book of St. John, chapter 17, verse 6. The book of St. John, chapter 17, verse 6. Now this is Yahweh Shai speaking, okay, unto Yahweh. It says, St. John chapter 17, verse 6, I have manifested thy name unto the man which thou gavest me out of the earth. So Yahweh Shai, he came and he manifested the name of the Heavenly Father, which is Yahweh, man. Okay, to the disciples. Okay, so he said that I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou hast given me out of the world, man. Okay, so if the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai did not matter, why would the Lord Yahweh Shai manifest it, man? Okay, why would the Lord Yahweh Shai manifest it? And it says, thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. Okay, we have kept the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Baba Kusha will continue to do that, man. You know, Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Rataza. I should have said. The book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 12. The book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 12. It says, Salakia, Acts chapter 14, Salakia chapter 4, verse 12. Acts 4, verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. So showing you that the name is very important, and the name is what we're going to be delivered out of here. And the reason why I brought out that, you know, that scripture is because IUIC likes to talk about how that in the book of Revelation, I believe the 3rd chapter, where it talked about how that the Lord was going to he's going to show his new name, roughly paraphrasing. They're saying that the Lord has a whole new name that we don't know of, man. Which doesn't make any sense. Because how then are you going to be delivered out of, captivity? Or, out of the destruction of America and so on and on, man. It's through the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Okay? So, that word, which I'm going to get, that precept first and foremost, in the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 3, verse 12. It says, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of God, Yahweh. Okay, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my power, which is Yahweh, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, okay, which cometh down out of heaven, and which cometh down out of heaven from my power. Now this is the point. And I will write upon him my new name. Okay, that word new, when you look at it in the Greek, okay, it means refreshed. Okay, refreshed or renewed. Because again, the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai at one time was what? It was hid. Or, the name of the Lord was hid. So the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai had manifested his name again in the earth. Okay? So it's not new as in his total brand new name. It's just that it's been renewed. It's been brought forth again. Okay? So when you have an Israelite waking up, for example, like myself, when I first heard the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, it was new to me. Okay? But that name is not new. Okay, that name has always been, because the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai only has one name, man. Okay, which I'm gonna get as well. Because, so going back to the book of Acts chapter 7 verse Second chapter 4 verse 12, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved, man. Okay, Zechariah chapter 14 verse 9. Zechariah chapter 14 verse 9, it says, the Lord Yahweh, okay, shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord and his name one. Okay, one Lord and his name one. Okay, not 100 names, you know, not multiple names. He only has one name, which is his primary name, which is what? Yahweh, and then his son's name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, they have other titles, but those are not their names. Okay, the book of Isaiah chapter 44 verse 1, which is a beautiful precept showing you that in the time that now that we're living in, okay, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai had manifested his name, and we come out here boldly, you know, proclaiming the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 44 verse 1. It says, yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. So showing you, that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, has a chosen elect. Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. Okay, which is Jerusalem. Verse 3. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground, and will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. That's right, man. So the Lord just showing, or the Lord opening the eyes of the elect to show his name once again is a blessing, man. Okay, because that name is very, very powerful. Verse 44. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. Verse 5 is the point. One shall say, I am the Lord's. That's right, calling upon the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, calling himself an Israelite. Okay? And it says, one shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, because the name Jacob got changed into Israel, which the word Israel means, for he is a prince of power. Okay? And among the children of Israel, you have what? Judah. Okay? Which is to say thank you. In the Hebrew, it's Yahweh Da. So the name Yahweh is actually, okay, in the one of the tribe of the children of Israel, man. Okay? So, which is the head tribe, which is very spiritual, man. Which is very spiritual. So Yahweh Da, okay, the name Yahweh is within the children of Israel, man, showing you the name is very important. Alright? And it goes on, and it says, one shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, man. Okay? And surname himself by the name of Israel. Okay? That's the time that we're living in. So IUIC, okay, you call yourself Hebrew Israelites, which is correct, but then how then, can you not proclaim the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, which is in Hebrew, man? Okay? Here it is. Most of them have Hebrew names, but the Lord himself, has to be called Christ and God bless, or God and Christ bless. How can that be, man? Okay? All of your congregation have Hebrew names, but the Lord himself, you call him upon a Greek title. How does that make sense, man? It doesn't. Okay? So there's a problem with that. And that's why we get pissed off, man. Okay? We get pissed off. because we know that you know what the truth is, man. And it says, Khan Salaka, that was it on that one. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 5. Because we're coming to a time where we can see that the transition of Esau Edom's kingdom is being
C'est quoi l'ancien?
taken away. The power that he has is being revealed in these last days. And so us proclaiming and coming with the name of Yahweh Bashim al-Shai out here, okay, that alone is bringing Esau's kingdom down, man, okay? So this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. I'll start from verse 5. It says, now this is the elites, okay, these Edomites, the elites of this world. This is what their agenda is, man, okay? Now it says, for our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, okay? So this is where they get that YOLO term from, which is completely off, man, okay? There is no such thing as you only live once, man. So that's why these people are able to have the mindset of, do as thou wilt, man. Commit all of the different vile, wicked acts because you only live once, which is completely wicked. Verse 6. Salakia. Verse 5, I'll read that verse 5 again. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present. Let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments. Let the flower of the offspring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds, therefore, before they be withered. Verse 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens for our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion and our lot is this. That's right, because when Esau was given the blessing, okay, when Isaac blessed Esau, he gave him the fatness of the earth. So Esau's mindset, especially the elites, are what? Let us just enjoy life, man, okay, because you only live once. In other words, now this is the point and down, because there's going to come to a time where our people are going to stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted them, which is, Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, okay? So showing you that us coming out here proclaiming the name of Yahweh Bashim al-Shai as also prophesied, because at one time we were asleep, but there's going to come to a time where we're going to, pretty much, the Lord Yahweh Bashim al-Shai is going to wake us up, okay? And that's when these elites are going to be afraid, and you see that happening right now. Hence why they're pushing their agenda very, very quickly, man, okay? Now verse 10, let us oppress the poor righteous man, let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Okay? Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, okay? And it says, and objecteth to our infamy and transgressings of our education, because everything that Esau had taught, everything that Esau had brought forth to the table has been to destroy you Israelites, man. The English language itself, okay, is destroying our people, because it's taking our people away, from our true language, which is the Hebrew tongue, man, okay, which is the Hebrew tongue. And so it says, he professeth to have the knowledge of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord, okay, the child of the Lord, because the verse above talked about what? The Esau's education. Esau's education is completely false. Okay, so you calling upon Christ, okay, is because of what you've been indoctrinated to do, man. Okay, so it says, He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other man's. His ways are of another fashion. Us being able to speak the Hebrew language, okay? Us being able to call upon Yahweh Bashim Ashai, showing love, towards our brethren, and so on and on. That's of another fashion, man. So what makes you different from these Christians when you call upon the same God that they call upon, man? When we call upon Yahweh Bashim Ashai, okay, this does not come to mind at all when you say the name of Yahweh Bashim Ashai. Okay?